All right, let's dive into one of history's most elegant and most enduring ciphers. This is a system that doesn't hide on a silicon chip, but inside a song. And it holds a secret that could completely rewrite what we think we know about the ancient world. The value of pi, hidden inside a prayer.
I mean, it's a wild question, isn't it? But seriously, what if the sacred chants that have been echoing for thousands of years were actually designed as a kind of human hard drive? A way to preserve incredibly complex scientific knowledge in a format that could survive the collapse of entire empires.
So our investigation starts inside one of the most revered texts in the Indian tradition. We're basically looking for a ghost in the machine. Or, more accurately, a cipher hidden in the chant.
And this isn't just any text. The Vishnu Sahasranama, which means the 1,000 names of Vishnu, is a huge cornerstone of spiritual practice. But our sources are suggesting it might be something else entirely, a masterclass in data encryption.
Okay, so how would you even do that? How would you hide scientific data inside a prayer? Well, you'd need a key, right? A cipher that could turn cold, hard numbers into words that are easy to say and, more importantly, easy to remember. Let's take a look at the brilliant system they came up with.
The key is called the Kaṭapayādi system, and it's an absolutely ingenious method that maps the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet directly to numerical digits. So it's not just a code, it's a way of making numbers, well, poetic.
And the beauty of it is in its logic. The whole system is incredibly systematic. Consonants are grouped together and assigned to numbers 1 through 9. Any standalone vowel is just a 0. This creates this really flexible system where a poet could choose from several different letters to represent the same number. That let them craft words that were both mathematically precise and spiritually meaningful. You see, the sound is for the devotee, but the consonants, those were for the mathematician.
And here's the final twist that makes it a true cipher. aṅkānām vāmato gatiḥ, which translates to numbers go from the left. So you decode the letters into digits, and then you reverse the sequence. It's a simple but an incredibly effective extra layer of encryption.
So we have the text and we have the key. And now, for the moment of truth. Let's apply this cipher to the names themselves and see what's been hiding in plain sight for literally thousands of years. This is the core idea from a deep dive research report that analyzed this hymn. It's proposing that the rishis, the ancient sages, weren't just spiritualists. They were scientists who encoded their knowledge of the universe directly into this sacred text.
Okay, let's crack the code on maybe the most famous example out there. Take this verse. It's a hymn to Lord Krishna. Now, it sounds like a beautiful piece of poetry, but let's apply the cipher. As you can see, we just map the consonants. Go is 3, P is 1, Pa is 4, Gya is 1, Ma is 5. And when we decode the entire line of consonants and then apply that final rule, numbers go from the left. We reverse the sequence. And what we get is, well, it's astonishing.
3.141592653589793238462643382792. That is the value of pi to 31 decimal places. That is an accuracy that wasn't matched in the West for over 1,000 years, and it was hiding in plain sight inside a prayer. This is just mind-blowing stuff.
So the crucial point here is, this can't be a coincidence. There's just no way. This is a deliberate, brilliant system. It's like a library of mathematical constants and physical principles, encrypted into a form that's easy to remember and almost impossible to corrupt.
But this raises a huge question. Why go to all this trouble? I mean, why not just write it down in a book? The answer reveals a really profound understanding of information security.
Just look at this comparison. Our modern digital storage, it's incredibly fragile. A solar flare, a power outage, data degradation, poof, it can all be wiped out. But an oral tradition, especially one that's tied to devotion, is incredibly resilient. It's self-replicating and it's immune to physical decay. It's powered by human consciousness itself.
This whole system had 2 layers of pure genius. First, you've got this built-in error correction. Sanskrit poetry follows a really strict poetic meter called chandas. If you change even one syllable, the whole rhythm breaks. It's an immediate audio alert that the data has been corrupted. And second, by making the data a beloved hymn, you turn every devotee into a decentralized backup server, making sure the information gets copied and passed down perfectly through the generations.
Now, this might all seem like a fascinating piece of history, but what if I told you this ancient algorithm is being put to work right now to solve one of the 21st century's biggest security challenges?
Check this out. This quote is from a 2024 research paper. Modern cryptographers are studying this system not as some historical curiosity, but as a real, viable method for securing our hyperconnected world.
It's an incredible journey, really. An encryption method designed thousands of years ago to preserve cosmic secrets is now being adapted to protect everything from your smart thermostat to your doorbell.
Researchers have formalized it into something they call the KTPYE rule. They're using the exact principles we've been talking about to create lightweight, efficient encryption for the billions of small, interconnected devices that make up the Internet of Things.
And here is the real technical brilliance. Remember how multiple letters could map to the same number? Well, that poetic flexibility has a surprising modern application. It creates what cryptographers call the avalanche effect. Because there are multiple correct ways to write a number into a word, if you change just one tiny part of the original data before you encrypt it, the resulting poem can look completely different. A tiny change in the input creates a massive, unpredictable change in the output. That is a cornerstone of strong modern encryption, and it was built right into the system thousands of years ago.
So what does all this mean? How do we recalibrate our view of the past when we're faced with evidence like this? It really forces us to reconsider the very nature of knowledge and discovery itself.
The big takeaway here is a profound one. This wasn't a primitive, pre-scientific culture guessing about the stars. This was a hyper-scientific culture that just had a different methodology for accessing information, and a fundamentally superior one for preserving it.
The sources suggest this knowledge didn't come from telescopes or particle accelerators. It came from something called drishti, a kind of direct perception, an ability to just know the fundamental truths of the universe through a profound state of consciousness. They then used chandas, the rhythmic meter, to encrypt and preserve those truths.
And that leaves us with one final, absolutely tantalizing question. If a single hymn can contain a mathematical constant of such staggering precision, what other timeless secrets are still out there, hiding in plain sight, disguised as myth, poetry, and prayer, just waiting for the right key to unlock them?